Hello folks, John here with Transformational Engagement. Welcome to the second video of the three-part video series that I put together to help teach a particular breathing exercise that will help to bring us back into a state of inner balance and basically back to our core centers. Now, in the first video, we had talked about the importance of finding moments throughout the day where you can begin to bring your awareness to yourself and start to gather some information, basically from your body and from your mind, getting some biofeedback. And this is important because we need to start building some kind of foundational basis to have some kind of reference point so that when we do start to incorporate this breathing exercise, we're accelerating the benefits and getting to where we need to be a lot quicker. And really the act of bringing your awareness to yourself, finding those moments to devote to yourself throughout the day really should be an ongoing process. And I had mentioned that it's probably going to be really the toughest thing that you're going to do because you really have to initially muster up that will to really find those moments throughout the day to do this. And I think that when you do become aware of that and you begin that process, it definitely gets easier and easier, and it's something that really doesn't leave you. So it is of great importance. Now, in this video, we're going to dive into a little bit more about the concept itself and basically what it's like to be operating from your core center. And alternatively, kind of like the things to be looking for if you are not really experiencing life from your core center. Now, when I say our core, I think for many of us, I think we have a pretty good understanding of what we're really talking about here, but I think it'll definitely be important and help if we can really break that down a little bit more. So all of us have a core center where all our energy can really be focused, and those basically are broken down into 4 categories. And those categories include the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual. And really each one of those categories, you can devote a particular method or exercise, some technique, if you will. And through that particular category and through the practice that you're doing, you can bring all those categories into alignment. And in my experience, and I probably started meditation about 20 years ago, and it did get to a point and have continued it throughout my life from that point on, and found a particular style of meditation that was very effective, and it is absolutely powerful, and the benefits are absolutely tremendous. Now, what I did find though is that it is a little bit more difficult to really get into, and it does require a little bit more time and effort to get to a point where the benefits are really palpable. So, however, the breathing exercise that we're going to be getting into, I found to be, personally, just through sheer experience, that it's probably the quickest and easiest way to reap the benefits of what we're looking for. And that's, again, getting back to our core centers and overall bringing ourselves to a state of inner balance. Now, so what is it really like to be not really experiencing life from your core center? I think it really just the overall term that we can really use here is that it's just a path of resistance. Pretty much. You are in a state of you're pretty much in a state of discomfort, if you will. So you find yourself easily getting drawn into maybe even past addictions. Wasting a lot of energy with you're finding yourself throughout the day just multitasking, but never really accomplishing anything. There's a kind of like an ongoing negative chatter that's going on in your head, and very difficult to let things from the past that have bugged you, let those go. And so you're constantly thinking about the past, or you're constantly thinking about the future. And in general, again, it's a reality that is very much, and really this is really the best way to put it, there's no natural flow. And for many of us, we might have been living life here for so long out of our center that we really just don't know the difference. So when you are in a state of inner balance and basically operating from your core center, it's almost the exact opposite of that. So things are just naturally flowing. You're calm, you're cool, you're collected. There's not really much in the environment that can really sway you. You're not really devoted to any particular outcome. So in essence, it's almost like you're not really super joyful, or you're not super sad, or the emotions are very even keeled. So it is a state of having an inner calmness that, for the most part, basically throughout your day, you just feel more fulfilled. You essentially are in a path of least resistance. So ultimately, what happens from that core center is that when you're in a position to make decisions, to take some action throughout your day, you begin to find that the environment really begins to shape itself to accommodate your level of ease, really. So you'll find that others are naturally drawn to you and almost are there to make things again easy for you. So it's a beautiful state to be in. And initially the first assignment, like we had said, we were going to devote 24 hours to taking moments throughout the day where we can gather some information. And I think it'll be important here to continue that process. And for the next 24 hours, we're going to keep that assignment and keep that going. So if you haven't started that yet, really ask yourself why. Now, a lot of times when we begin something new, there is that initial resistance that we might feel because, it's very difficult for kind of like the ego to let things go because of a particular way that it's experiencing life itself. So we'll get into that a little bit later. But for right now, I think it's important just to, mention that we probably should continue this next 24 hours with that assignment of finding those moments to devote to yourself before we get into the final video where we're going to learn this breathing exercise. And to finish off, I want to give some food for thought. And several years back, I had come across a particular bumper sticker that has stayed with me ever since. And the bumper sticker stated that the universe rearranges itself to accommodate your picture of reality. So to me, at that moment when I had read that bumper sticker, it was one of those aha moments, and it just really clicked with me. And I think in many ways it has shaped my life because that statement was just so powerful for me. And I think if there's any level of truth to that, that I think it's absolutely important that we realize just how powerful we are in creating our everyday experiences and basically shaping our lives. So it's of great value to always be operating from your core center and finding the moments that when you feel that you are losing that core center of yourself, to incorporate this breathing exercise that we're going to learn, because it literally brings you back just like that. And the more you practice it, the more you stay in tune with your core center, and things just really start to flow unbelievably. It's just the path of least resistance. So I really look forward to the final video here, where we're going to be going over this breathing exercise, and I'm hoping you take these next 24 hours again to find those moments throughout your day and devote them to yourself. You deserve it, and I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.